Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's dive into the topic. Polity, India's new surface-to-surface missile, was successfully test-fired off the Odisha coast on July 29, 2025. Which organization spearheaded its development? Answer: B. Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. Polity is a two-stage, solid-propellant, quasi-ballistic missile. Range: 150 to 500 kilometers, enabling quick precision strikes. Features maneuvering warhead and inertial plus satellite guidance for high accuracy. Tested twice, 28 and July 29, 2025, from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island, Odisha. Enhances India's conventional deterrence against short-range targets. Road mobile launcher offers rapid deployment. Can carry various conventional warheads up to 1,000 kilograms. Fills the gap between Pinaka rockets and Agni series. Complements Pranash tactical missile under development. The Union Culture Ministry's Mera Jayan Meri Darahar program, seen in news on July 31, 2025, primarily aims to digitally map the cultural assets of how many Indian villages? Answer: C. 6.5 lakh. MGMD is under the National Mission on Cultural Mapping. Launched July 27, 2023 during Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrations. Implemented by IGNCA, Indira Gandhi National Center for the Arts. Seeks to create a pan-India digital repository of folklore, crafts, festivals and art forms. Over 4.7 lakh villages documented by July 2025. Promotes rural tourism and local economies. Encourages youth participation in heritage conservation. Data to feed into one district, one product and similar schemes. Supports policymakers in safeguarding intangible heritage. Which index released by the Reserve Bank of India tracks the pace of digital payment adoption across the country? Answer: B. Digital Payments Index, DPI. DPI launched in January 2021, latest reading for March 2025 is 481.3. Captures growth in payment enablers, demand, infrastructure, and consumer protection. Base year set at 2018 is equal to 100. Reflects surge in UPI, IMPS and BBPS usage. Helps RBI frame evidence-based fintech policies. Index published semi-annually with 4-month lag. Encourages states to benchmark cashless progress. Contributes to India's goal of a $1 trillion digital economy by 2030. During Lok Sabha discussions on July 31, 2025, the government cited Operation Mahadev, in which 3 Pakistani terrorists involved in the Pahalgam attack were neutralized. The operation took place in which Union territory? Answer: B. Jammu and Kashmir. Pahalgam attack, May 2025, targeted a tourist bus in Anantnag district. Joint team, Indian Army, J&K Police and CRPF. Operation lasted 36 hours in dense forest near the Litter River. Terrorists linked to Lashkar-e-Taiba module. Seizure, US-made M4 carbine, night vision devices. Name Mahadev chosen to honor local faith and troop morale. No security force casualties reported. Led to intensified area domination patrols in South Kashmir. Boosted confidence ahead of Amarnath Yatra. On July 31, 2025, the United States announced a 25% tariff on Indian imports effective August 1, 2025. Which cited reason related to Russia drew particular criticism from Indian officials? Answer: B. Continuing oil purchases from Russia. Tariff linked to proposed Russia Sanctions Act 2025. U.S. termed India's crude imports and defense deals with Russia strategic misalignment. Move bypassed WTO consultation norms. India's exports to U.S. is almost equal to 2.4% of GDP, sectors like textiles and pharma hit. Commerce Ministry exploring reciprocal duties and WTO dispute panel. Tariff announcement came after failed fifth round of Indo-US trade talks. Analysts view gesture as election year geopolitics. Long-term Quad IBPS cooperation still expected to continue. NISAR, the costliest Earth observation satellite ever built by ISRO, was launched on July 31, 2025 aboard which rocket? Answer: B. GSLV F-16. NASA ISRO synthetic aperture radar mission worth $1.5 billion. Dual-frequency L-band and S-band radar for deformation studies. Will map Earth's land and ice mass every 12 days. Crucial for disaster management, earthquakes, landslides, glacial hazards. Launch from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota. Payload shares, L-band, NASA, S-band and bus, ISRO. 3.2-ton satellite operates in near-polar sun-synchronous orbit, 747 kilometers. Data policy, open source after 12-month proprietary period. Strengthens Indo-US space collaboration. Which Central Armed Police Force, CIPF, will be headed by Sanjay Singhal from September 1, 2025, as cleared by the ACC on July 31, 2025? Answer: C. Sashastra Seema Bal. Singhal is a 1993 batch IPS officer, up cadre. Succeeds Amrit Mohan Prasad retiring August 31, 2025. Tenure till December 31, 2028, superannuation. Brings 30-plus years in border management and counterinsurgency. SSB guards 1,751 kilometers India-Nepal and 699 kilometers India-Bhutan borders. Focus areas: smart fencing, cross-border crime checks, welfare of Jawans. Also leads disaster relief response in Himalayan belt. Coordinates with Nepal and Bhutan police under SARC framework. ACC chaired by Prime Minister approves top CAPF appointments. The RBI's July 2025 circular limits banks and NBFCs' exposure in alternative investment funds, AIFs, to what maximum percentage of each scheme's corpus? Answer: C. 20%. Applies to Category 1, 2 and 3 AIFs. Aims to curb concentration risk and related party investments. Existing excess to be reduced within 6 months. Encourages diversified startup and MSME funding. Banks may use fund of funds route for VC exposure. Enhances transparency via quarterly disclosures to RBI. Aligns with Basel III large exposure framework. Supports orderly growth of India's private equity ecosystem. Under the updated Green Tamil Nadu mission revealed on July 31, 2025, the state targets doubling its mangrove cover to approximately how many hectares by 2030? Answer: C. 9,000 hectares. Current mangroves almost equals 4,500 ha around Peshavaram, Muthupet and Gulf of Mannar. Mission launched October 2021 aims for 265 million saplings overall. Mangroves act as blue carbon sinks absorbing 10 times more carbon than terrestrial forests. Shield coastal communities against cyclones and erosion. Implemented by TN Forest Department and local panchayats. Uses community-based eco-nurseries and drone seeding. Funding via Climate Resilient Landscape Fund in CSR. Mangrove tourism to boost livelihoods of fisherfolk. Alignment with India's life movement for sustainable living. The RBI's reconstituted Digital Finance Inclusion Panel, notified on July 31, 2025, will be chaired by which former Deputy Governor? Answer: C. N.S. Vishwanathan. Panel set up first in 2021, now extended to 2027. Mandate: roadmap to reach 100% digital payment access in rural India. Recommends interoperability, grievance redress and cybersecurity norms. Other members: NPCIMD Dilip Aspy, Sua Head Rima Nanavati. Will present biennial reports to Financial Stability and Development Council. Focus on women-led SHGs, small merchants and agri-value chains. Supports India's G20 priority on financial inclusion. Links to PMJDY, JAM Trinity and ONDC Digital Commerce Stack. Uses DPI metrics for benchmarking. Which Indian bank, on July 31, 2025, became the first to enable UPI ATM cash withdrawals without card or phone by using only iris authentication? Answer B. Axis Bank. Pilot with NPCI and tech partner Visionit across 20 ATMs in Delhi NCR. Users scan iris on site, linked Aadhaar verifies identity. Supports withdrawal up to 10,000 Indian rupees per transaction. Strengthens cardless, contactless cash access. Helps visually impaired and elderly who struggle with PINs. Data secured via end-to-end AES 256 encryption. Next phase, rollout to 500 ATMs in 10 cities. Fits RBI 2022 guideline on interoperable cardless cash withdrawals. Enhances trust in UPI LiteX offline mode. The IMF, in its July 31, 2025 update, raised India's FY 2026 GDP growth forecast to what figure? Answer C. 6.4%. Upgrade by 20 basis points over April WEO. Drivers, resilient domestic consumption, strong services exports and capex push. Risks, global slowdown, monsoon variability, oil prices. India retains fastest growing major economy tag. IMF urges focus on labor reforms and digital public infrastructure. Forecast aligns with RBI's 6.5% projection. FY 2027 outlook also pegged at 6.4%. Strengthens investors' confidence amid tariff headwinds. Part of IMF's global growth revision to 3.1%. Which Union Ministry released the Skill Impact Bond report on July 31, 2025, citing 74% job placement for trained youth? Answer C. Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. SIB launched September 2021 with 112 Indian rupees crore private capital. Outcome paying partners, MSDE and multilateral donors. Focus sectors, retail, logistics, health and apparel. Implementing agencies, NSDC and leading NGOs. 60% women beneficiaries, 15% persons with disabilities. Average salary hike post-training, 48%. Payment triggered on independent verification of outcomes. Demonstrates pay-for-success financing and skilling. Government exploring SIB 2.0 for green jobs. Which global sports legend joined ACKO Technology as strategic investor and brand ambassador on July 31, 2025? Answer C. MS Dhoni. Dhoni invested undisclosed sum in Series E extension. Will appear in campaigns for motor insurance and new health products. Known for prior stakes in Catabook and 7 Ink Brews. ACKO valued at $1.3 billion post-round. Plans IPO by 2027. Dhoni's trust factor aids insurance penetration in Tier 2-3 towns. Joins Sachin Tendulkar, Spinney, and Virat Kohli, Digit, in fintech plays. Aligns with Dhoni's focus on technology-led consumer solutions. ACKO also partners with Amazon and Ola Electric. Meghnad Desai, noted economist who passed away on July 31, 2025, was honored with which civilian award by India in 2008? Answer B. Padma Bhushan. Born 1940, Baroda, later British peer, Lord Desai, in House of Lords. Authored Marx's Revenge, Hubris, Why Economists Failed to Predict the Crisis. Championed poverty measurement debates and human development approach. Founded Center for Global Governance at LSE. Critical of protectionism and advocated market-led reforms. Received Lifetime Achievement Award from Indian Econometric Society 2015. Mentor to many Indian scholars abroad. Passed away in London aged 85 after brief illness. Legacy bridges Indian and global economic thought. According to SEBI's July 31, 2025 circular, companies in the small-cap category triggering abnormal price movement will enter which enhanced monitoring framework? Answer C. ASIRF. Enhanced Surveillance for Unusual Risky Firms, ESIRF. Stricter margins up to 80% and intraday trade ban. Applies when 3-day price/volume spike greater than 250% of sector median. Goal: curb pump and dump and illiquid scripts. Exchanges to review every fortnight. Exit after 90 continuous days of normalized metrics. Investors alerted via SMS and trading terminals. SEBI earlier ran GSM, ASM frameworks, but ESIRF focuses on small caps. Promotes transparent, orderly markets. AIFF on July 31, 2025 launched 2 funds, Benevolence and Pension, to support which stakeholder group? Answer C. Retired footballers. Benevolence Fund, one-time medical/emergency grants up to 5 Indian rupees lakh. Pension Fund, monthly stipend 15,000 Indian rupees after age 55 and 25 national caps. Seed corpus 25 Indian rupees crore from AIFF surplus and CSR partners. Inspired by FIFA's international match calendar revenues. Aims to secure ex-players facing financial distress. Managed by independent trustees including Baichung Bhutia. Medical insurance tie-up with Star Health. Symbolizes AIFF's new governance reforms post-2022 FIFA warning. Enhances dignity and motivation in Indian football. Which Indian coastal state declared August 7 as Sustainable Agriculture Day honoring Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, as announced on July 31, 2025? Answer D. Maharashtra. Marks Dr. Swaminathan's birth anniversary, B.1925. Aims to promote natural farming and climate-resilient crops. State to host annual Krishi Green Conclave. Incentives for millets, biofertilizers and drip irrigation. Aligns with India's International Year of Bajra Plus 2025. First state to legislate carbon credit trading for farmers. Collaborates with MS Swaminathan Research Foundation, MSSRF. Seeks to have chemical fertilizer use by 2030. Day will feature awards for innovative Agri-Start UPS. India's formal adoption of the Wetlands Resolution at Ramsar COP15, noted on July 31, 2025, commits the country to maintain at least what percentage of its natural wetlands in wise use condition by 2030? Answer B. 50%. Resolution 15.4 urges contracting parties to halt wetland loss. India now has 82 Ramsar sites covering 1.33 million hectares. National Wetland Restoration Program to be scaled with 10,000 Indian rupees crore. Wise use concept balances biodiversity and community livelihoods. Targets mangroves, floodplain marshes and high-altitude lakes. Supports pollinator habitat and migratory bird flyways. Monitored via Wetlands Extent Trend Index. Aligns with Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. MOE-FCC to release annual progress report each World Wetlands Day. Which public sector shipyard launched the 6th fast patrol vessel CHSL for the Indian Coast Guard on July 31, 2025? Answer C. Goa Shipyard. CHSL part of 12 FPV contracts signed 2021 worth 2,500 Indian rupees crore. Length 50 m, speed 35 knots, range 1,500 nm. Equipped with 40 mm Bofors gun and UAV launch pad. Uses indigenous steel and composites, make in India greater than 70%. To patrol easy, search and rescue and anti-smuggling missions. Delivery expected May 2026. GSL already delivered 4 FPVs ahead of schedule. Supports Coast Guard's target of 200 ship fleet by 2030. Adds to maritime security in Western Seaboard. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Please like, share, and subscribe for more videos.